Do you ever feel so nervous when you see a beautiful girl that you can't even approach her? Well, today, we gon' fix that. What up, homie? My name's Dave, and I put out new videos every Tuesday and every Friday to help you get the girls you want and become the man you're meant to be. Now, before we get into it, I got a quick announcement for you. I'm looking to help 5 guys this month who want to approach girls and get them attracted without anxiety or awkwardness. If you want to be a part of that, just hit the first link in the description and fill out the quick application. Anyway, man, a lot of guys get nervous when they see a beautiful girl and even think about approaching her, but you don't have to let those nerves derail you. Matter of fact, you can turn that nervousness into confidence and go out there and make it happen. And that's what you're gonna learn how to do today. Let's get into it.
Speeding, my heart is racing, but I'm not sure I wanna pace it, cause it only does this with you. Our bodies meet, I can feel the tension, move us into the next time.
So one of my students hit me up the other day. He said, Dave, I was trying to go out and approach girls today, but I got this super tight feeling in my chest. I was super anxious and I just couldn't do it. How do I stop that? What do I do? I said, man, that feeling doesn't matter. It's just a feeling and you can act in spite of it. And the more you do so, the more you show that feeling that, hey, it has no power over you, and that nervous feeling is going to dissipate. Like I remember back when I was a door-to-door salesman, I had to go knock on doors, selling windows and roofing over in Boston with some of the meanest motherfuckers that you've ever seen. And I remember the first door I had to knock on, I was so anxious. Talk about tightness in your chest, bro. I was shaking in my boots. I barely could even move. I had to call my friend and say, bro, I can't do this. But what he told me was, man, I know you can do this. I know you're a confident guy. I know you got this. You gotta just work through it, go up and knock on that motherfucking door and see what happens. And even though it was super cold in Boston, I didn't want to do it. I was super anxious. I went up and did it anyway. I knocked on that door. Then I did it again and again and again, to the point where within a month or within a few weeks even, it was natural. I was no longer nervous about knocking on doors because I'd done it so many times. And I didn't have that nervous feeling anymore. When you act in spite of the nervousness, when you act in spite of that pit in your stomach, in your chest, you show that feeling that it can't beat you, that you are stronger than it is and that nothing can stop you. But when you let that nervous feeling win, that's when you signal to yourself that, hey, you're not good enough. You can't handle the challenges life throws at you, and you're the type of dude who's just gonna keel away, give up, and let life beat him down. So the question is, are you gonna let that nervous feeling win, or are you gonna beat that feeling down, go out, act in spite of it, and do it anyway? Now, bro, if you're watching this channel, I know you're the type of dude who's gonna do it anyway and not let that fear win. So, if you're ready to do that, if you're ready to crush it, drop a comment below and let me know, bro. Let's do this. It's 2020. We ain't got no time for this fear.
Eating breakfast in LA all alone by myself. All the pretty people around me reading books about self-help. Damn, I'm so lonely.
I'm back out here in the streets of Mexico City with your girl Ayuki.
Hi.
And I love it out here, but the one thing that kind of annoys me is that there's way too much dog shit on the sidewalks. Like the other day, I was taking a stroll along, me and Ayuki. All of a sudden, I slide. I'm rocking my new Adidas shoes. Boom. All of a sudden, slide through. I step in dog shit. Day was ruined. And you know what? They say Mexico City is dangerous. I don't think it's that dangerous, but that dog shit's probably the most dangerous part. Anyway, man, one of the biggest reasons guys get nervous around beautiful girls is because of the limiting thoughts that come up in their head. So, for example, they might say, oh, I'm too ugly to talk to her, or she's out of my league, or like, she's a Mexican girl and I don't know anything about tacos. What am I supposed to do? So what you need to do is replace these limiting thoughts with more empowering ones. So if you're thinking she's out of my league, a more empowering thought could be, every girl here wants me. If it's, I have nothing good to say to her, a more empowering one could be, she's gonna be better off having talked to me. And if it's, she's out of my league, a more empowering one could be, she's hot, but let's find out if she's cool. The point is, your reality reflects your beliefs. So by embodying these more empowering thoughts, you're gonna have a lot better chance with any girl you talk to.
Stop chasing all the city lights. Breathe me in, go on and take your bite.
I was about to start filming right here, but check this out. This motherfucking blueberry truck just pulled up over here. They started blaring music and saying, blueberries for 20 pesos. You cannot escape these motherfuckers out here, man. There's so much street noise.
It's a really good price.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna get some salsa.
Oh my god.
No, they're gone now.
Anyway, man, one of the big reasons why guys get nervous when they're talking to girls is because they're worried about what might happen, the potential of a rejection, the potential of running out of things to say, all this stuff that could happen in the future versus just being in the moment right here and now. But here's the thing, man, some of your best approaches are gonna come when you're in the moment. You're not gonna be worried about all this other stuff. So how do you get yourself grounded in the moment? Well, the best way to do it is to take 3 nice deep breaths right from your stomach. So basically, and bring yourself back. Then once you do that, go up, make the approach. You're gonna feel a lot better and a lot less nervous and a lot more grounded and ready to crush it. So one thing I've learned, man, is that it's okay to be nervous around hot girls. Like I remember one time, even a few years ago, I approached a girl in a Starbucks and I was shaking a little bit. Like I was legitimately nervous, and I still went up and did it anyway, and I got the girl's number. Even if she picks up on the fact that you're nervous, it's still okay, because you don't have to be this infallible guy that's not fazed by anything and is like a Spartan warrior.
Tonight, we dine in hell!
Right? Like, it's okay to be nervous, and she's gonna respect the fact that you're still going up, facing your fears and doing it anyway. Shows you got some balls. And one thing I also realized is that girls get nervous too when you approach them. It's not all on our end. Like Yuki, did you ever used to get nervous when guys would approach you?
Yeah, sure. I used to get nervous when I was younger, though.
What happened?
After I found a handsome boyfriend, I don't worry anymore.
Very interesting. So man, one of the best, like most iconic shows on TV, I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but it's Curb Your Enthusiasm. Larry David is a motherfucking genius.
I'm not taking a bite. I don't want a bite. Take this fucking piece of pie and get it out of my face.
Put the fucking pie down.
Don't put that pie down. Do not put that pie down.
God damn it.
And one of the coolest things about the show is that they don't have an exact script like most other sitcoms and things like that, like with the laugh tracks and shit, right? But what they have is like a rough outline of how they want each scene to go. Then they just kind of give it to the actors and say, okay, let's work with this, let's improvise, and let's see what can happen.
What are you talking about?
You let the man slide today. You gotta immediately get in somebody's ass when that happens to you. You pull their asshole open, step into their asshole, close the door behind you, take a spray paint can, right?
Uh-huh.
Larry was here.
The beautiful thing about it is the actors take this sort of structure, they improvise on it, and the interactions and the scene looks way more natural and realistic than it does on like these weird looking sitcoms, some shit like Big Bang Theory.
I haven't seen him laugh that hard since the day Leonard made that multiplication error.
Oh, Lord, that multiplication error. He thought he carried the 1, but he didn't.
And that's why the show has become so damn legendary and funny. It's one of my favorite shows. So how can you apply that to your interactions with women? Well, in the same way, you don't need an exact script, like a sitcom type of script of what to exactly say when you go up and talk to a girl, but it can really help to have like an outline or a rough structure of, okay, here's the different phases of the interaction I want to take her through, here's how I'm going to do it, and let's just kind of go up and fill in the blanks. Like whenever me and How to Beast will make an approach video, that's always something we'll go over beforehand. We'll say, okay, we're at this type of venue or this type of environment, we think this type of structure is going to work, let's do this, and we'll test it. And that's how we can go from approaching a girl to getting her number and getting to hang out pretty quickly a lot of times, right? So for you, if you want to have that winning structure when it comes to talking to girls, you want to have that nice rough outline and know how to drive her through those different phases of the interaction, what I recommend doing is checking out this playlist right here. It's going to show you exactly how to start conversation with girls and take her through those different phases. So bro, let's keep it going. I'll see you right there.